Burari deaths. Burari deaths. 1 July 2018. A 79-year-old senior citizen from Burari, Gurcharan Singh Rose, was getting ready for his morning walk. He left his house and walked to a local grocery store. That store used to open sharp at 6 in the morning, but today's morning was different. Deliveries of milk and bread had arrived, but due to the closure of the shutter, all the goods were lying outside the store. The store was owned by the Chundawat family who lived in that locality. Gurcharan Singh was the neighbor of that family for the last 22 years, and for the past few years, a member of the Chundawat family used to open the store at 6 in the morning. On top of that, a member of the Chundawat family used to come for a walk with Gurcharan Singh every day. But that day he didn't come, nor did he pick up the phone. Then Gurcharan Singh had some doubts, and he went to the Chundawat family's house. The door of the Chundawat house was open. As soon as Gurcharan Singh went inside, he saw something there, which made him stand in his room. In the next few minutes, a lot of crowds had gathered outside the Chundawat house. Meanwhile, some police officers were pushing people out of the crowd and making their way to the Chundawat family's house. When the door opened, the police and the people around saw it. Seeing that, everyone's eyes were teary. The dead bodies of 11 people from the Chundawat family were found hanging in the same room. 10 bodies were hanging from the roof. Everyone's hands and feet were tied with wires at the back, and blindfolds were tied on the eyes. Apart from these 10 bodies, the oldest woman in the house was found lying in the room inside. Why did all this happen? How did it happen? It is important to know a little about that family before opening the secret of all these things. The Chundawat family was originally from Rajasthan, but they had been living in Delhi since 1999. They had a very successful plywood business in Delhi, and there was also a grocery store. The Chundawat family was said to be very helpful and happy in nature, and they never had any problem with money. The oldest member of the family was 75-year-old Narayani Devi. She had 2 sons, Bhavnesh and Lalit. They were married to 2 women named Savita and Tina. Narayani Devi's husband died in 2007 due to a lung disease, and that time was very difficult for the entire family. Narayani Devi also had a daughter named Pratibha. There were also children in front of these 3, Pratibha's daughter Priyanka, Bhavnesh's elder daughter Neetu, younger daughter Manaka, and a son Dhruv, and Lalit's son was Shivam. The 3 generations of the Chundawat family had been living in the same house for the past 22 years, and one day suddenly the whole family was found dead in their own house. When the police searched their entire house, they found a lot of diaries, in which the instructions of some method were written. Following the same instructions, the Chundawat family had been living for the past 10 years. There were also such things in those diaries that were pointing to some different and unknown power. But where did all this start? After talking to the neighbors, it gradually became known that the whole incident was revolving around Lalit Chundawat. 45-year-old Lalit was the most popular person in the entire Chundawat family. And in 2004, due to a small accident, Lalit felt such a shock that he stopped speaking properly. After that, in 2007, after the death of Lalit's father, Lalit's condition began to change completely. At the time of his father's last rites, the Chundawat family had kept a recitation at home for 10 days for the peace of his soul. All the days of the recitation were going fine, but one day in the midst of prayer, Lalit woke up and started shouting Om very loudly, just as his deceased father used to chant Om. When a neighbor asked Lalit what happened to him in the middle of the recitation, Lalit said that his dead father has come in his dreams and he is saying that he will come back very soon. After that day, every day, the Chundawat family started reciting at home from 9 o'clock at night, in which sometimes the neighbors were also included. By 9:30, all the people in the house started saying that it was time for Daddy to come. From Lalit's phone, the police found out that he was very interested in topics like ghosts and spirits. He started watching paranormal shows on the internet every day and often used to go to the graveyard. After the daily worship at home, everyone's lifestyle started changing. Drinking and non-vegetarian foods stopped and everyone became vegetarian. The whole family started strictly following the instructions and routines written in the diaries. One of the diaries clearly stated that after all of them hanged, a supernatural force will come to their house and will not let them die, will give them salvation. Salvation is a concept of the Hindu religion. in which it has been said that if a person does good work all his life and puts his mind towards God, then he becomes free from the cycle of birth and death. It was clearly written in the diary that what he had to do continuously 6 days before hanging, so that on the last day, he can hang himself from the ceiling of the house according to the complete procedure. The time of death should have been between 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. on Thursday or Sunday. It was written in the final act of the diary that when the earth will shake and the sky will burst, then I will come to save you. The strangest thing was that some people also claimed that the instructions written in the diaries were not Lalit's handwriting. Then who was writing all those instructions in the diary for so many years? Was all those diaries being written by his father Bhopal Singh, who died in 2007? Even the night the whole family committed suicide or their murder, that night the children and women of the house were seen going inside the house with stools and wires from the shop and CCTV cameras. The same stools and wires which they used to follow the instructions of the diary and hang themselves from the ceiling that night. So did they already know that they were going to die? The police gradually began to fully believe that Lalit Chundawat had psychosis disorder. Psychosis disorder is a mental illness in which a person starts living in a world of delusion apart from truth. In this disease, people also have hallucinations. The police also believed that the entire Chundawat family had shared psychosis disorder, in which everyone starts following the patient because they are very close to each other and everyone starts trusting the patient. But is it really possible that the entire Chundawat family was beginning to fall prey to this delusion? Many people did not believe this theory at all. Here, almost all the questions have been left as a mystery, as such a terrible story that had shaken the whole of Delhi. What do you think? What happened that night in Burari? Share your theories with us in the comments. And for such thrilling crime stories, subscribe to Dexter Dead.